Happy Monday to everyone watching. Today's topic is going to be road to recovery, but more kind of the fitness aspect of what I kind of deal with physically, mentally, kind of like on an everyday basis. To give you kind of a little bit of background, right now my weight fluctuates usually 6 to 8 pounds a day, and that's usually due to the water weight from the chemo medication that I take. So I usually range anywhere from about 232 to my highest I've been was about 242. With working out and having to deal with chemo twice a week, not only that the days of chemo, but the other days I'm taking other pills to help with to prevent one of my medications is to prevent shingles. So it's like the constant intake of all these pills does have an effect physically during my workouts. Some of the notes I kind of wrote down, like specifically like body image, right? Bloating is probably one of the biggest things I've had to deal with, as well as inflammation of the hands. There's times where I'll wake up and I can't even suck my stomach in if I wanted to. I am so bloated that it is difficult to even breathe at times. Just the other day, my first workout on day one, I couldn't even put my belt on because of so much pressure built up in my stomach. The difficulty was trying to breathe of each rep. It was too much, so I had to take it off. Inflammation of my hands. It gets to the point where I can't even squeeze my hands. My hands will, almost get 1.5, 2 times the size, because of so much inflammation in my hands, and I'm not taking in a lot of salt. It's just a lot of the water. It's just what the medication's doing to my body, and even too physically. Sometimes when I wake up, my face will be so swollen that you can barely sometimes even see my eyes. So that kind of comes with kind of an everyday thing that I have to deal with, especially working out. Some other kind of physical symptoms I have is because I have scars on my spine and my hips, a lot of achiness in my bones that, anytime I squat, I feel like my hips want to give out, or sometimes my knees want to give out. Lower back issues. It's almost as if, you're too loose, where everything's just kind of wobbly back and forth. One of the biggest things I've had to deal with as of late in the last couple months is just kind of going back to strength. And I know I mentioned it on one of my Instagram video I posted this morning, but when you've been training for so long for something and your goal is strength, and you put in all this time and effort and sweat into it, months, you could train 5-6 months hard and maybe get 5 or 10 pounds, right? But it's the hardest 5-6 months you train. And then in my situation, within a week, you drop about 40 pounds on your squat, 15-20 pounds on your bench, and it's a huge disappointment. And I'm not gonna lie, day one of my workout after I squatted, it hit me hard, and I literally sat on the chair and was crying, because like, this is my life, this is what I enjoy doing, and all my hard work just gone within a week. And of course, there's variables. It could be because I had chemo on Thursday and Friday. It could be because I didn't eat enough or sleep enough, right? There's a lot of variables you have to take into account. But in this situation, for me specifically, it hit hard. It hit really hard. Knowing that my strength is kind of slowly decreasing. I knew it was going to happen. I was hoping it would happen during my transplant process. But I guess I'm just having to get used to it now. So at least, get comfortable with it now, build up as much strength as I can. And then during recovery, if I go down again, it is what it is. But the way I kind of look at it is just like an injury. If you get hurt, that's okay. Figure out how it happened. How are you going to fix it? And then just take baby steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. So the way I kind of look at it is, okay, I'm losing strength, but at least, I could really concentrate and make sure my form is on point, my cues are on point, and I don't have any imbalances. Another thing that I've been dealing with is a little bit of body dysmorphia, right? Who would have thought? No, everyone goes through it. I've been going through it. every time I wake up, I feel like, wow, I'm a fat shit. But it's because I'm so bloated. And it's not just in the stomach. I mean, for me, it goes to my love handles, my lower back, my stomach, my face. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm like the Michelin man. But it's one of those things where it'll go away. It's just one of those things I got to be patient, and I just have to roll with the punches. So that's kind of more the physical kind of findings that I've had and I've had to deal with. Mental, it's a whole new game, right? Depression, anger, all that fun stuff you get to deal with. Kind of your mentality, because I do train on the days I have chemo, and I don't know if I should, if I shouldn't, but if I have a day of training, I train. That won't stop me. So being tired, sometimes having that negative self-talk has a huge impact. Nausea, just mindset, it's huge. And the one thing that I've noticed is, as I work out, my workout's my therapy. And, when I come to work out, and if I'm feeling like I don't have the energy, or I feel like crap, or I'm angry, no matter what, I know working out is going to help me kind of get through this phase that I'm going through. It's having to deal with this is not fun, because you never know what, each day is going to bring. Some days you're going to have more energy. Some days you're going to be more positive. Other days you're going to be in a dark, black hole where you just kind of want to give up. But that's where you need your, your therapy. So my therapy is working out. But sometimes our own therapy, our own escape could, cause more of a mental issue where you're feeling more agitated, you're pissed. In my case, my strength's gone down, so I felt like, I was angry and everything, but it just comes down to it's at the end of the day, if you're able to still do what you love to do, you're gonna have off days. And dealing with what I have, multiple myeloma, I've had to come to terms real quick that I'm not going to be as strong as I was. Maybe when I recover, because I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be a hell of a lot much stronger once I'm 100%. But right now, just do what I can, and some days are going to be worse than others. But you just got to keep pushing through it. I'm not trying here to preach, but it's one of those things where my two main guys are God and Saint Michael the Archangel. And, I always ask them for strength. I always say a prayer before my workouts, just for them to, give me the strength that I need to get through the workout, but also to protect me from any injuries, things like that. But, working out has been my biggest factor with me staying healthy and having my mind clear. I'm very thankful that I was able to build the gym in my garage and get what I needed to get to make things work for me. But it's just one of those things where whatever cards are dealt to you, that's the hand you got to play. Sometimes the worst hand could end up being the best hand you have. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. My next video is actually going to be more so on kind of my all-star support team, even looking for like support groups, the pros and cons and what to look out for. But like I said, I hope you guys like this. Thank you for giving me the time and watching it, and I look forward to hearing any feedback or comments from you guys. Have a great Monday.